Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Victor and Diane are in a tense battle. The internal conflict is extremely tense. She is gradually reaping the rewards of her plan, an ambitious plan to overthrow Abbott-Newman, who has been dominating Genoa City for many years. After successfully rescuing Kyle from Victor, they not only regain control of Abbott but also make Kyle realize the value of family, a victory they cannot help but be proud of. Meanwhile, Jack, the leader of Abbott, has just made a bold decision to buy Glissade, a company that Victor once considered worthless. Jack did this without Victor's permission, making things even more tense. However, instead of just keeping Glissade as a quiet asset, Jack gave it to Diane, so that she could run the company as a new project. This was a strategic move, not only to consolidate their power but also to create a clear challenge for Victor. With a tense confrontation going on, Jack and Diane were feeling elated over their recent successes. They were confident that they were in control and had things their way. But all this joy would not last long because Victor was not one to be easily subdued. Victor had always been a master of using psychology and intimidation to control the situation, and could not let Jack and Diane rejoice for too long. When things started to go well for the couple, Victor began to play his mind games, aiming to make them lose control and become suspicious of each other. The relationship between Diane and Kyle, especially with the secrets of the past, was a weakness that Victor could not ignore. Although Diane and Kyle seemed to have reconciled after years of separation, Victor believed that things were not that simple. He believes that deep down, Kyle still harbors negative emotions and resentment towards his mother, who abandoned him as a child and pretended to be dead for a long time. Victor will seek to exploit these emotions, making Diane doubt her relationship with her son, thereby causing her to lose confidence in her role as a mother. Victor will not stop there, nor will he ignore the Glissade incident. Although Jack believes that he has cleverly acquired the company, Victor may act as if he knew Jack's plan in advance. Perhaps Victor will act as a winner, getting rid of a company that he believes is no longer valuable. However, behind the scenes, Victor will still not want Jack and Diane to think that they have angered him, but instead will make everything look like a game, so that they do not realize the real threat. As things get tense, Nikki Newman, Victor's wife and a key figure in the Newman family's strategies, enters the picture. Nikki is concerned about Jack's actions, especially since Jack and Victor's relationship remains tense. While she wants a truce between the two men, Nikki is concerned that Jack's actions will only complicate and intensify the situation. Nikki is not only Victor's life partner, but also a sensitive woman who understands Jack's moves and senses the danger in his actions. She will have to find a way to deal with this situation, balancing between keeping the peace for the family and protecting what she believes is right. While the confrontations between Jack and Victor are taking place, another story begins to emerge. Summer, Phyllis and Jack's daughter, seems to be in a complicated emotional state, especially when she starts acting strangely regarding Kyle and his relationship with Claire. Kyle and Summer used to have a passionate relationship, but now Kyle is trying to strengthen his relationship with Claire. Summer, despite showing signs of jealousy, is still not very expressive about her feelings. She even seems supportive when talking about Kyle and Claire's idea of dating, but inside, she is struggling with feelings of loss and jealousy. Kyle won't know for sure what Summer is really thinking, as her behavior is unpredictable. Is Summer jealous, or is she just trying to stay cool about Kyle's new relationship? These emotions will create complicated situations in the relationships between the characters, forcing everyone to face unresolved truths. This story is not just a war between the two most powerful families in Genoa City, but also a psychological war, where each seeks to control and manipulate those around them. While Jack and Diane enjoy their initial successes, they soon realize that Victor has his own plans and strategies, willing to do anything to regain power. There is no relationship as complex and tense as the rivalry between two powerful families, the Abbotts and the Newmans. These battles have been fought not only on the business front but also for years on many other fronts: love, power and loyalty. One of the most prominent recent confrontations is between Jack Abbott and Victor Newman, two talented men with different methods of holding power. Their war is entering a new phase, when Jack and Diane, not only lovers but also strategic partners, begin to take bold steps to deal with Victor. And this time, they not only confront Victor with smart strategies but also create unexpected coups that no one could have predicted. Heartwarming rescue, Jack and Diane turn the tables on Kyle. One of the highlights of this confrontation is the return of Kyle Abbott, Jack's son, who was previously manipulated and controlled by Victor. After years of estrangement and family conflict, Kyle finally returns to the Abbott household, carrying with him complicated feelings about his mother, Diane. However, rather than let Kyle continue to be drawn into Victor's web of power, Jack and Diane make a bold decision together: rescue Kyle from Victor and help him find his place in the family. More than just a rescue, this is a major turning point in the relationship between Kyle and Diane. Contrary to what Victor thought, Diane has succeeded in mending her relationship with her son. Although the wounds of the past are still there, Kyle gradually realizes that his mother is not the person Victor always described. This move is not only a personal victory for Diane, but also a huge blow to Victor, who always thought he could control everything and everyone around him. Jack and the Glissade acquisition, the counterattack against Victor. After his victory in rescuing Kyle, Jack does not stop there. He further proves his strategic ability when he decides to buy Glissade, a company that Victor previously considered worthless. Although Victor never valued Glissade, Jack's stealthy purchase of the company without Victor's consent is a provocation that cannot be ignored. This becomes more interesting when Jack gives Diane the reins of Glissade, considering it her new project. This is not only an opportunity for Diane to prove her abilities, but also a strategy that makes a clear difference in the confrontation with Victor. Diane, a visionary and talented person, quickly proves herself in running Glissade, making steady progress for the company and growing strongly. This not only creates a direct confrontation with Victor but also puts him in serious danger from the Abbott family. Jack and Diane are extremely happy with their achievements, as they both feel like they are on the verge of victory. They do not hesitate to share their joy and pride in what they have achieved. However, this joy will not last long, because Victor will not leave them alone for long. Abbott-Newman, master of strategy and psychological tactics. Abbott-Newman is a man that no one can easily manipulate. Over the past decades, he has shown his talent not only in running Newman Enterprises but also in manipulating the minds of those around him. And this time, when facing Jack and Diane, he will not only use his strength but also apply sophisticated tactics to defeat them. Victor will start by exploiting one of Diane's biggest weaknesses, her complicated relationship with Kyle. Although Diane and Kyle seem to have reconciled and are working to rebuild their relationship, Victor believes that things are not really stable yet. He will begin to sow doubt in Diane's mind, making her believe that the relationship will never be completely peaceful. Victor will bring up painful memories from the past, when Diane abandoned Kyle and pretended to be dead, which Victor believes is a wound that cannot be healed. Although Diane has done everything she can to heal and rebuild her relationship with her son, Victor believes that the resentment is still there, and Kyle cannot truly forgive what his mother did. This will make Diane feel insecure and uncertain of herself, weakening her ability to fight in her confrontation with Victor. Victor will also not ignore Jack's acquisition of Glissade. Although he does not consider the company a major threat, this event will make him unable to sit back and watch. Victor will act like he knew everything from the start, maybe even pretend he doesn't care about Glissade's changes, just to make Jack and Diane feel worthless. Subscribe to Yonder for the latest news on our channel.